Who is Venus in Virgo compatible with? Every planet has zodiac signs it is more and less comfortable in. For the planet Venus, which is associated with things one values like love and money, the sign of Virgo is not its favorite place to be. If the planet Venus was in the sign of Virgo on the day you were born, though, that doesn't mean no one will ever love you. It just means you have to find someone who appreciates your unique style. If you have Venus in Virgo, your best compatibility matches are partners who have Venus in Cancer or Venus in Scorpio. Looking at the characteristics of the sign of Virgo reveals additional possibilities. Let's talk about the Virgo basics. Remember that each zodiac sign is associated with a season, a mode, is it in the beginning, middle, or end of a season, and an element. Each zodiac sign is also ruled by at least one planet or luminary. Virgo season is also summer, with mutable mode, which is the end sign in its season. Virgo is an earth element, and is ruled by the planet Mercury. Let's move on to the Venus basics. Venus stays within two signs of the Sun in terms of relative position to Earth. That means people who have Venus in Virgo can have the Sun in only the following signs: Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, or Scorpio. Since we are done with Virgo and Venus basics, let's move on to the first best match, and that is Venus in Virgo with partners Venus in Cancer or Scorpio. Cancer and Scorpio are the water signs closest to Earth sign Virgo. The four elements, fire, earth, air, and water, typically break down into two groups of two, fire and air, and earth and water. Older astrology texts often refer to fire and air signs as masculine and water and earth signs as feminine. In today's world where people of all genders are able to express a broader variety of roles and traits, perhaps a better way to understand the difference between the two groups of signs is to look at their focus. Water and earth signs tend to be interested in security and in maintaining the structure that exists. This can include the domestic stay-at-home parent, but it can also include the sort of person who looks for a job that is stable and guaranteed. No matter what happens in the world, industries like education, healthcare, food, and banking aren't going anywhere. Those lines of work are therefore full of earth and water sign people of all genders. Fire and air signs are interested in innovating and exploring. Even if they are found in stable industries, they find the wilder parts of those industries. While an earth or water sign person might be happy with a financial job that involves managing conservative investments for retired people, a fire or air sign person might get curious about the riskier side of the financial industry like options trading. Similarly, the fire or air sign worker in the healthcare industry might gravitate toward experimental therapies. As in the theory underlying Chinese medicine, there's yang within the yin. The theory of yin and yang, as described by the traditional Chinese Medicine World Foundation, works well for understanding the difference between the fire and air signs and the earth and water signs. Yang is the outwardly focused energy of fire and air signs, and yin is the inwardly focused energy of earth and water signs. While earth and water signs are both focused on security, they put different spins on it. Earth signs focus on physical security, while water signs focus on emotional security. Venus in Cancer appreciates Venus in Virgo's attention to detail, which others might overlook. Venus in Cancer often feels overlooked by the rest of the world, as Venus in Cancer is constantly running around trying to take care of everyone else in ways that they might not notice. Venus in Cancer therefore sees in Venus in Virgo a kindred spirit, though Venus in Virgo is more focused on physical details instead of the emotional undercurrents Venus in Cancer tries to manage. Venus in Virgo and Venus in Scorpio both have difficult reputations in the astrology world. Venus in Scorpio is referred to as Venus in detriment because Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus, one of the two signs Venus rules. Venus in Virgo is referred to as Venus in fall because Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, the sign where Venus is exalted. The commonality here is that Venus performs best in signs that have a reputation for being generous. Virgo and Scorpio both tend to feel instead that they need to conserve what they have. A good side of this is that Venus in Virgo and Venus in Scorpio could both be excellent environmentalists, recycling more diligently than most people would have the patience for. Venus can be a little lazy in the signs it rules. Venus's side of the story is that sometimes relaxing is good for you. Venus in Virgo and Venus in Scorpio, however, are in agreement that hard work is important. Before we proceed with the following best matches, please don't forget to hit the like button. Let's move on to the second best match, and that is Venus in Virgo with partners Venus in Earth signs. The three Earth signs, all of which share a grounding in the physical world, are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. If Venus in Virgo were to pair off with another Venus in Virgo, neither would have to work to convince their partner that their quirks were valid because they would have very similar quirks. This would free the two Venus in Virgo people up to relax and enjoy themselves more than they otherwise would. Venus in Taurus, however, might push back against Venus in Virgo's insistence on working hard and saving money. Venus in Taurus enjoys comfort and relaxation, and they are willing to spend money to feel good. Ultimately, Venus in Taurus and Venus in Virgo will both defer to the authority of facts and figures to mediate their ongoing disputes. Either the bank statement agrees with Venus in Taurus that they can afford that fun getaway this month, or it agrees with Venus in Virgo that they cannot. Venus in Capricorn is closer to Venus in Virgo in terms of valuing hard work and saving money. While Venus in Virgo may become scattered worrying about those things, Venus in Capricorn is more able to figure out what is essential to focus on versus what is not. Venus in Capricorn may therefore be able to calm Venus in Virgo down. We have reached the third and the last best match, which is Venus in Virgo with partners Venus in other mutable signs. The other mutable signs besides Gemini are Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. All four mutable signs live on the transition from one season to another, in terms of what time of year the sun goes through them. Venus doesn't move from sign to sign at exactly the reliable times that the sun does, but Venus travels no more than 2 signs away from the sun at any given time. In the northern hemisphere, Virgo marks the transition from summer to fall, from a time of abundance to a time of worrying about having enough to get through the winter. Venus in Virgo is therefore a difficult match with Venus in Pisces, moving from the cold of winter to the promise of spring, and with Venus in Gemini, moving from the promise of spring to the abundance of summer. Venus in Pisces and Venus in Gemini are too optimistic for Venus in Virgo. The sign of Sagittarius is moving from fall to winter, but it is ruled by Jupiter and generally coincides with holiday party season when the sun goes through it every year. Venus in Sagittarius has the same joyful vibe, so it doesn't match the bleakness of Venus in Virgo's outlook. Since we are done with the best matches, let's talk about the rest of the signs. The signs that have not been covered yet are Leo, Libra, Aquarius, and Aries. Leo and Aries are fire signs, and Libra and Aquarius are air signs. Leo and Libra are the signs on either side of Virgo. As noted previously, Venus can be no more than 2 signs apart from the Sun. There are therefore many Venus in Virgo people with the Sun in Leo or Libra. There are also many people with Venus in Leo or Libra who have the Sun in Virgo. If at least one of these situations applies to a couple where one has Venus in Virgo and the other has Venus in Leo or Libra, incompatibility is not a huge concern. The hardest matches for Venus in Virgo are Venus in Aquarius and Venus in Aries. Venus in Aries, however, like Venus in Scorpio, is a sign where Venus is in detriment because Aries is the opposite of Libra, the other sign Venus rules. What Venus in Aries therefore has in common with Venus in Virgo is that their way of expressing love does not fit common romantic stereotypes. Outsiders can bond strongly with other outsiders, so Venus and Aries could work together with Venus and Virgo to come up with a unique arrangement. Venus in Aries would still have impulsive tendencies that would drive the predictability craving Venus in Virgo crazy, though. Venus in Aquarius is very cerebral and loves to discuss ideas. Venus in Virgo does not relate to that because Venus in Virgo wants everything to be grounded in the physical world. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.